everybody. Welcome back to Coffee and the Tea. So glad you decided to stop by and see what kind of tea I am sipping on today and what kind of tea I'm spilling. I know it's been a long time. I know, but I am committed to this channel. I am going to post twice a week. You hear me? Twice a week. So, what you need to do is go down in your settings, hit your subscribe button, hit your notification bell so you know when I upload or when I pop in, and give me a thumbs up to fight that algorithm. It is always a beast. So please, please, please give the thumbs up. All right, the first person I want to spill some tea on today is Wendy Williams. I'm telling you, Wendy has been troubling my soul ever since they did that. I guess you would see a docu series on her for Lifetime and her condition, and it seems like that woman who they have guardian that has the guardianship over her is a real charlatan. So it is my understanding that a hearing is going to be coming up soon for Wendy, and her son might be granted guardianship over her. And I would be so happy for little Kev. I just think it's so wrong for this woman. They said this guardian kept Wendy separated from her family. Her family could not contact her. Whenever contact was made, Wendy had to initiate the contact, and who knows if this woman was keeping her from it. I tell you what, if you hadn't watched that documentary on Lifetime about Wendy Williams, I don't see how she continues to be the guardian after that. I'm just saying. But it really gives me some hope. Now, I am not a big Wendy Williams fan. I did not like her style of gossip. I just thought it was just so mean spirited. But I have compassion for the woman because she married this guy who cheated on her most of the marriage, got a woman pregnant, and she had to continue to pay him child support. So she hadn't had it all, it hadn't been all cake and candy for her. But she definitely had a very mean spirited style. But I really feel like this is good news. I hope her son gets guardianship over her where she can be in the arms of her family and not this stranger who sold her penthouse. That she had this penthouse in Manhattan. They say she sold it for a loss because she can do all of these things, and she keeps saying Wendy is broke. I hope whoever gets um I hope her son gets guardianship over. That's what I hope. I hope her son gets guardianship over her, that he has nothing to do with his father. His father is a horrible, horrible person. He was horrible, horrible to Wendy. And I hope he has nothing to do with him, but I hope little Kev gets guardianship over her and he starts digging through everything. And he take this woman who was the guardian over her, who has guardianship over her right now. I hope he goes through everything and put her in jail. I don't trust her. She looks like a schemer. I'm gonna put her picture right here and her name up under it, but I just cannot stand her. And like I said, if you see that documentary, you'll understand why I feel like I do. All right, next up is Miss Cissy Houston died. Whitney Houston's mother passed away at 91. And I feel some kind of way about it. I feel like, um, 91 is a long, she had a long, wonderful life. Now, she had a life that people would only wish for, but it's still sad. Uh, but, like I said, if if it's an afterlife, I'm sure Whitney and Bobby Christina was waiting there for her. But she had a very interesting life. She was saying back, well, she was a gospel singer. in her own right. She was very successful. And then she also did backup singing for Aretha Franklin, Dionne Warwick, which is her cousin, and Elvis Presley. So she had this wonderful life. And then she raised this superstar in Whitney Houston. Although it was not easy because Whitney was not an easy child to raise, I'm sure, because ooh, the way she turned out, we don't even want to talk about it. Although I am a Whitney Houston fan, but we all know how Whitney was. I'm just saying. We all know how Barbara Christina was. I'm just saying. But yes, Miss Sissy Houston has left us, and just prayers for the family. Also, next up is Diddy's mom, Janice. Janice Combe has spoken out finally about her son, P. Diddy. I call him Puffy. I'm from that genre, okay? Because he done transitioned into all different kind of names. He was Puffy. He was Diddy. He was P. Diddy. He was I don't know what else. I don't know what else he was, but when I was into him, his name was Puffy. So I always call him Puffy. So his mom has spoken out and she's talking about how heartbroken she is. She's 84 now. And so I'm sure it is very difficult for her. And so it's a lot of stuff when it comes to Diddy right now. I'll tell you what was shocking with me that they did not give him bail. He had two bail hearings and he did not get bail, and he was promising everything. I think said he would put up $50 million. He would be on house arrest. He would wear ankle monitor. He would sell his plane. What else did he say? He said he wouldn't have any women coming in the household beside his children. I mean, he said he would give it all just to get out. But the judge was not having it. So now he is on, he's going to have to be on lockdown until his trial, which is probably going to be around this time next year. Mm. And just think about Puffy has been rich and famous since his mid 20s. So he has always lived a life of luxury. And just to be in the situation that he is now, I am sure that it is very humbling to him. And sometimes, people have to be humbled. I'm just saying. But yeah, and I tell you, more and more stuff is coming out every day, and it's really getting more and more creepy. I'll tell you what I don't understand about the whole situation. Puffy is almost 60 years old, and he's still wilding out like that, having freak offs and all that kind of nonsense. I mean, he, Puffy was at the age where he should have mellowed out. That kind of stuff is for somebody in their 20s. At least you can understand when the brain hadn't developed completely that you would do some nonsense like that. But Puffy is well into his 50s and he's still doing this nonsense. It is the most ridiculous thing to me. And he was super, super rich, super, super successful. And you ain't got nothing better to do than do that. Having all these orgies and all this nonsense going on. And them finding 1,000 bottles of baby oil. How nasty is that? They found 1,000 bottles of baby oil when they raided his house in Miami. I mean, that's a nasty I can only imagine what went on there. It is the most ridiculous thing I ever saw. I can't even conceive a person of his age still thinking that this is something that they need to be participating in. It's ridiculous. And he has all these children too. What is wrong with him? But I got a feeling he's gonna go down. Y'all tell me what y'all think in the comments, but I really think he's gonna go down. I feel sorry for his mom. I understand how she's standing about her son. I would do the same thing. She said that she knows that he's not perfect, but he is not. He has not done all this stuff. She said that she feel his biggest mistake was to pay Cassie Ventura. That's his former girlfriend. She feels like he paid her off too quickly and it opened the floodgates of all these other people. Now, I must say myself, a lot of this stuff that they're accusing him of, I am looking at it from the side eye. But I'll tell you the reason why I stopped liking Puffy and why I think, he's probably going to go down and I'm not going to feel bad about it. And that would be Tupac. Tupac's family has hired investigators and a new high powered attorney because they feel that Puffy had something to do with Tupac's murder. Although this guy in Las Vegas is up for the murder, I think his name is Keefe Davis, but he has fingered Puffy and said Puffy was the one who helped him plan it. I really believe that. I believe he had something to do with when Tupac was shot the first time, I think in 1994, and then 2 years later, Tupac is dead. And he was beefing with Puffy, he was beefing with Biggie, and just a whole lot of ignorance was going on at that time. And I cannot believe, I think it's something about money. It seems like if you get money early in life, it just retards. You become retarded. You don't grow from that point on. Because Puffy is acting like somebody who is in his 20s instead of somebody in his 50s. But all I can say, if he had something to do with Tupac, which I am a diehard Tupac fan, I hope he goes down. I really do. All right, enough with that. But we also have another person who is getting caught up too, Garth Brooks. You know, the country singer Garth Brooks. He has been accused of hate. You know what I'm trying to say? I can't say the word here on this app because if I do, it goes crazy. But you know what I'm saying? The RAPE word. Yes, he's been accused of that. And it's a makeup artist that worked with him and his wife. And she's saying that she was assaulted by him. I don't know how it's all gonna shake out, but I don't know. I'm gonna wait to see on this one. Because but you can't judge a book by the cover. That's what I was saying about. Always say that about all the men's because I always want to take the women's side, but I always have to say, wait a minute, women don't always tell the truth. They don't. They do not. Victims don't always tell the truth. They don't. A lot of time they be looking for the bag. I don't know this woman. I don't know anything about her. I don't really know Garth Brooks. I do like him because he's a Democrat and he has always been supportive of the Democratic Party. So I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt until I see something different. But yeah, Garth Brooks done caught a case, a bad case too. And it said, he's married to another country superstar, Trisha Yearwood, and they've been married a minute, and I think they have like 2 or 3 children, 2 or 3 daughters, so it is a mess. It is a mess. But Trisha Yearwood and his daughter said that they gonna stand beside him. Y'all know that little TikTok saying, yeah, I'm gonna stand beside him. And all I can say is, we'll have to see how it shakes out. But sometimes, I really believe in giving people the benefit of the doubt until I see the evidence because a lot of times people be after the bag. I'm just saying. And I hate to go back with Diddy. I think some of them people are about the bag. Now, do I think that whole thing with Cassie, she deserved every dollar she got? We saw the video. But I don't believe all them people was abused by Diddy, and a lot of those people that was participating in them orgies was being paid. They could have stayed at home. I'm just saying. But my whole thing about him is that if he had something to do with Tupac, I'm just saying. And so Garth Brooks, I'm gonna hold off and as things come up, I will update y'all on all of it. And I'll tell you one thing that's, oh, oof, this is really weird. I'm gonna say weird. John Amos, John Amos died well, no, he died October the 1st. No, 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 no. Let me rewind. He died August the 21st, and his death wasn't announced to October the 1st. I mean, and his daughter, Shannon, said that she found out that her father was dead with everybody else. Isn't that something? I'm just saying. I got this. I found this on people.com, and it says John Amos's daughter said she should have had a chance to say goodbye after she learned the death of her father's the death in of her father in the news. Now they said his son, which is Casey, and his publisher, I forgot her name. I'm sure it's in here somewhere. But they said the reason that they did not tell the daughter, they have a lot of animosity between the son and the daughter. And he said that he has a no contact order that she put on him. The daughter did, Shannon. So that's the reason why he didn't tell her. But he could have went ahead and announced it on August the 21st. He could have did that. But this is the gag. They hurried up and cremated him. So she really don't have a place to go to see him. And I bet she don't know where his ashes at. Isn't that something? It is weird to me. I'm going to read this, a little bit of it. It says Shannon Amos is continued to speak out about her father, John Amos's death after she revealed she found out he died with the rest of the world. On October 1st, John's son, Kelly Christopher, which they call KC Amos, said in a statement shared with People that the TV icon had died of natural causes in LA on August 21st. I just find it so weird that they waited the whole month of September. That's crazy to me. And it said after thereafter Shannon 58 said that the post on Instagram that she found out about John's death through the media. Shannon said that she was without words after hearing the heartbreaking news, and in a post on October the 6th, she further reflected on how she and her family are doing amidst the loss. Our family, a daughter and a brother, nieces, grandchildren, cousins, and extended family should have had a chance to say goodbye, to be present. They didn't even I don't think they probably had a funeral or anything. I don't know. Well, all I can say is I had that to happen in my family. Absolutely, I have. And it's not a good feeling. But they said that, I don't know, and all this is hearsay, but they said Shannon has always been problematic. Even her dad kind of, I saw in an interview where because I think it was some kind of case of elderly abuse, and neglect was filed when it came to him. He was in hospital in Memphis, but he always stayed with his son. So I don't know. And I think that case was dismissed or something. But he left there, and he did an interview and said no, it was not true or anything like that. And I know she was at one time was on the internet trying to grift money, saying that she had opened a fund me uh, page for him, and John Amos said he didn't need a GoFundMe page. And so I think she was trying to grift money that way. So it is more complicated than we think. But they said that he did not. Casey, his son, said that the reason that they waited so late is waited so long to announce his death is because he wanted to do that. And he didn't want his death to be turned into a circus. And his daughter, which evidently is known for her dramatics, would have done that. So I don't know. It's all weird to me, but I'm sure more information will come out. They've already cremated him. And whew, it is a mess. I'm just saying. All right, well, that is all of the tea for the day, but we still have, you know what we have? We have our segment of stupid people doing stupid stuff, and boy, do I have a stupid person, and I'm gonna put him right up here. And this is what he did. It said, man reported wife missing after killing her, rigged the SUV to drive her into the river on fire. An Indiana man originally called 911 to report that his wife had gone missing, telling them that she left that morning to drive to her mother's house but never made it until his story changed into something much more horrific. I'm sure it is. A man has been charged in the death of his wife after he reportedly changed his story to the police about what happened to his wife he reported missing. Daniel Keith uh, Flannery, 42, had originally reported his wife, Kayla Flannery, 36, missing on the evening of Thursday, October the 3rd, according to possible cause affidavit seen by Law and about this website. He told authorities at the time that she had left at approximately 1:30 a.m. that morning to drive to to her mother's house in Indiana, but never arrived. Dan advised that Kayla would typically text him and let him know of her arrival, and she did not. Police said in the affidavit the Gibson County Sheriff Department partnered with the Indiana State Police and the police department and other agencies in a nearly around the clock effort. Press release from the GCSO. The court document states that the police found nothing on the route from the Flannery's home to Kayla's mother's house. Then the police uncovered that Kayla had recently filed for divorce from her husband, though he had reportedly not yet been served. Dan allegedly admitted that they had had the discussion about their relationship that morning before she left. Dan further told police that her credit card had been used at a gas station in the city Kayla's mother lived. Per police, authorities was able to pinpoint her vehicle there by her license plate reader, but that was the day prior to her disappearance at approximately 11:50 p.m. on Wednesday, October the 2nd. Dan told investigators per the court documents that she had returned to the house to bring a backpack, but investigators tracked her cell phone location data. They did not uncover any indication that she had been heading towards her mother's house before disappearing. He further told authorities that when he contacted the company behind the vehicle tracking on their 2019 Toyota Highlander to turn on the feature remotely, they told him that they were unable to do so per affidavit. And then Dan's story changed completely. No longer was this a case of a woman who left to drive to her mother's house and vanished. According to the affidavit, he told the state police that he had struck her multiple times with a hammer in their living room Thursday morning. Police then reported that Dan rigged the vehicle to drive into the Wabash River and set it afire in a set fire to the 2019 Highlander along with the body of Kayla. He was arrested on Friday, October the 4th. Oh well, stupid people doing stupid stuff. I mean, wow. That's all I can say. See y'all later. Bye.